Myself Dr. S. Ali from Sri Ram Swaroop Memorial College of Engineering and Management, Lucknow. The topic of today's lecture is Gauss divergence theorem. This topic is associated with the course Engineering Mathematics. In this lecture, we will discuss the divergence theorem, surface and volume integrals and application of divergence theorem. At the end of this lecture, we will have an ability to apply divergence theorem to evaluate the volume integrals. Now, Gauss divergence theorem. What is the Gauss divergence theorem? This divergence theorem is the relation between surface integral and volume integral. If f is finite and continuously differentiable vector point function over a closed surface S, here we have to remember that the surface S is the closed surface. It is very important to remember in this divergence theorem, surface S is closed surface enclosing a volume V. If this is a closed surface, then of course, it will enclose a volume V. Then surface integral of f dot n over S is equal to the volume integral of divergence of f over V. So, in divergence theorem, double integral f dot n ds is equal to divergence of f dV. Here n is again n is the outward drawn unit normal to the surface S. N is always the outward drawn unit normal vector to the surface S. So, we see that here in divergence theorem, the normal surface integral of the vector f, normal surface integral of the vector function f over a closed surface S is equal to the volume of the integral of divergence f taken over the enclosed volume V. Now, if we express the normal surface integral and divergence f in the Cartesian coordinates, then divergence theorem, that is Gauss divergence theorem, takes the form f1 dy dz plus f2 dz dx plus f3 dx dy over the surface S is equal to triple integral del f1 by del x plus del f2 by del y plus del f3 by del z over V ds dy dz. This is the divergence of vector f if vector f is given in component form. Now, let us apply the divergence theorem to evaluate certain integrals. So, here if we want to prove that divergence of unit vector, unit normal vector n over the volume V, then what will be its value? Its value is the surface S. So, as we know, what is the Gauss divergence theorem? Divergence theorem is double integral f dot n ds is equal to triple integral over V divergence of f dV over S. So, here we want to find the divergence of n, divergence of vector f. Instead of f, we want to find the volume integral of divergence of n. So, if we take f is equal to n, then in this divergence theorem, this is the divergence theorem, this one is, if f is equal to n, then integral n dot n ds over S is equal to divergence of n dV over V. So, the value of this becomes 1. So, it becomes ds, in left hand side it is integral ds, and this is nothing but this is the divergence of n dV. So, finally, the divergence of n dV is equal to the integral of this becomes S. So, divergence of n dV is nothing but the surface S. Next, let us consider another example. For any closed surface S, evaluate the double integral curl of f dot n ds over the surface S. So, here again if we apply the divergence theorem, then here curl of f dot n means the vector f is here considered as curl of f, and we know that then here this is the vector f. So, by divergence theorem, curl of f dot n is equal to divergence of curl of f, divergence of this one, and we know that this is a vector identity, divergence of curl of vector f is equal to 0. This is a vector identity. Thus, we know that divergence of curl f is equal to 0. So, finally, its value becomes 0 because divergence of curl f is 0. So, the value of this integral becomes 0 as the divergence of curl f is equal to 0. So, with the help of divergence theorem we can find the value of this as 0. Now, if f is equal to x I plus 2 I j plus 3 z k, then let us prove that f dot n ds is equal to 6 v. So, here this is the vector f, though divergence of f is equal to del dot f, which is equal to summation I del by del x. This is the definition of del dot vector f. So, when we find this, that is del by del x of x, del by del x of x plus del by del y of 2 I plus del by del z of 3 z. This is the divergence of f is equal to this, which is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3, which value becomes 6. Now, the divergence theorem is f dot n ds over s is equal to divergence of f dv over v. So, the value of divergence is 6. So, its value becomes 6 v, 6 into volume of the enclosed surface S. So, in this way we can use the divergence theorem to evaluate the surface integral in terms of volume. Now, if we consider f is equal to this function, this is a vector point function f and a, b, c are the constants, then the value of this is 4 by 3 pi a plus b c, where S is the surface of unity sphere. S is the surface of unity sphere. So, in this case if you find the divergence of f, then this is del by divergence of f, that is del dot f is equal to del by del x of a x plus del by del y of b y plus del by del z of c z, which is equal to a plus b plus c. So, divergence of f is equal to a plus b plus c. Now, by Gauss divergence theorem, f dot n ds is equal to divergence f dv over v. So, here f dot n ds is equal to divergence of f is a plus b plus c dv, which is equal to a plus b plus c into v, because this triple integral over v becomes dv becomes v. And what is the v here? V is the volume of the unity sphere. Unity sphere is x square plus y square plus z square equal to 1. So, and volume of the unity sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube, volume of the sphere with radius r is 4 by 3 pi r cube, here r is 1. So, 4 by 3 pi. So, volume of the unity sphere is 4 by 3 pi. So, this becomes a plus b plus c into 4 by 3 pi. So, finally, its value is 4 by 3 pi a plus b plus c. So, in this way you can evaluate the integral, surface integral in terms of volume with the help of the Gauss divergence theorem. Now, let us evaluate another integral. So, if f is equal to this, if f is defined in this form and S is the surface bounded by the x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1, y equal to 1, z is equal to 1. Then we have to evaluate surface integral f dot n ds over S. So, here divergence of f is, again divergence of f is del by del x of 4 x z, that is 4 z, del by del y of minus y square, that is minus 2 y, and del by del z of y z, that is y. So, finally, its value becomes 4 z minus y. So, divergence of f is 4 z minus y. So, with the help of divergence theorem, we can write f dot n ds over S is equal to divergence of is 4 z minus y, dv is ds dy dz, and here the limits are given as x varies from 0 to 1, y varies from 0 to 1 and z from 0 to 1. So, here x y z, the limit of x y z is taken as 0 to 1. Now, we have to evaluate the integral with the concept of evaluation of triple integral. So, if you first evaluate the integral with respect to z, then we will get 4 into z square by 2 minus y z, and when we put the value of upper limit, then we will get 4 by 2, that is 2 minus y. So, 2 minus y, and when we put lower limit, its value becomes 0. So, 2 minus y ds dy now. Again, if we evaluate with respect to y, then its value becomes 2 y minus y square by 2. By taking upper and lower limit, we will get this value as 3 by 2. So, finally, 3 by 2 and x 0 to 1, which value becomes 3 by 2. So, the value of this f dot n ds is 3 by 2. So, we can easily evaluate this integral with the help of Gauss divergence theorem. Now, use divergence theorem to evaluate this surface integral, where S is the surface of the region bounded by the closed cylinder x square plus y square equal to a square, and z lies between 0 to b, z is equal to 0 and z is equal to b. So, for this, the divergence theorem in Cartesian coordinates is f1 dy plus f1 dy dz plus this is equal to triple integral in this form. When we write this del f1 by del x and del f2 by del y, so here 3 x square plus del f2 by del y is x square plus del f3 by del z is x square. So, 3 x square plus x square plus x square, that is 5 x square ds dy dz over the volume V. Now, our aim is to put the limit of x, y, z here. So, remember the concept of evaluation of double and triple integral. So, here z varies from 0 to b, z varies from 0 to b, z varies from 0 to b. So, here we have to put the limit of z as 0 to b. Now, let us see, this is the x square plus y square equal to a square, this is x square plus y square equal to a square. For this, if we want to evaluate the integral with respect to y first, then we have to take the vertical steps. At this point, y is equal to minus root over a square minus x square, and at this point y is equal to root over a square minus x square. And if we decide that we have to evaluate integral with respect to y first, then we have to take the value of x from this point to this point, and which is fixed. So, at this point x is equal to minus a, and here x is equal to a. So, the limit of x becomes minus a to a, and y becomes minus root over a square minus x square to root over a square minus x square. If we evaluate with respect to z first, then we will get x square z 0 to b, and when we put the upper limit, then we will get b x square, for lower limits it becomes 0. So, b square b x square dx dy. So, after evaluation of this, here we have discussed this. Now, 5 b x square z is equal to b. So, b x square dx dy. Now, we have to evaluate with respect to y first, because the value of y in terms of x is given. So, b x square y value from this point to this point. When we put this, then we will get this, and finally, we get 2 into 5 b x square root over a square minus x square dx. Now, the next part is evaluation of this integral with respect to x from minus a to a. For this, we have to put x is equal to a sin theta. If we put x is equal to a sin theta, then of course, dx is equal to a cos theta d theta, cos theta d theta. So, here x square is equal to a square sin square theta, and when we put this, then we get a square minus a square sin square theta, that becomes a into cos theta, and dx is equal to a cos theta d theta. When we take the limit x is equal to minus a, then it becomes minus pi by 2, and when take x is equal to a, then theta becomes pi by 2. So, limit becomes theta equal to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now, finally, this becomes 10 a to the power 4 b sin square theta cos square theta d theta, and this is the minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now, remember the concept of definite integral from minus a to a f x dx is equal to 2 times integral 0 to a f x dx if f x is even, if f x is even. So, here we can see that these are the even functions. So, we can easily write this as 2 times 0 to pi by 2 sin square theta cos square theta d theta. Now, we have to evaluate this integral. For this, remember the formula 0 to pi by 2 sin to the power m theta into cos to the power n theta d theta is equal to gamma m plus 1 by 2 into gamma n plus 1 by 2 gamma m plus n plus 2 by 2. With the help of this result, we can write this as gamma 3 by 2 into gamma 3 by 2 by 2 gamma 6 by 2. Now, gamma 3 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 gamma 1 by 2. So, this becomes gamma 3 by 2 into gamma 3 by 2, that is 1 by 2 gamma 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 gamma 1 by 2, and gamma 1 by 2 is equal to root pi, and in denominator we will get 2 into gamma 3, and gamma n plus 1 is equal to factorial n. So, this becomes 2 into factorial gamma 3, that is 2 into factorial 2. So, after solving this and by using these results, we will get the value as 5 by 4 a is to the power 4 b pi. So, finally, the value of the double integral f dot n ds over s is 5 by 4 a to the power 4 b pi. Now, let us verify the divergence theorem for this surface. This vector f taken over the rectangular parallelepiped x lies between 0 to a and y lies between 0 to b, z lies between 0 to c. So, here the volume integral is divergence of f dv, and when we find the divergence of f, then we will get the value as 2 into x plus y plus z. So, 2 into x plus y plus z dv. For this, x varies from 0 to a, y varies from 0 to b, and z varies from 0 to c. So, we get the z 2 into 0 to a, 0 to b, 0 to c, and this is the divergence f dx dy dz. When we evaluate this triple integral one by one, first of all we have to evaluate, let us evaluate with respect to z, then we will get this x z plus y z plus z square by 2 0 to c, its value becomes in this form dx dy. Next, let us evaluate with respect to y, then this becomes c x y, c into y square by 2 plus c square y by 2 0 to b dx. Again, when we put the upper and lower limit, then we will get this value, and finally, when we integrate with respect to x, then b c into x square by 2 plus b square c by 2 x plus b c square by 2 x, and from 0 to a. When we put the values of upper limit and lower limit, then we can write this as a into b c, a b c into a plus b plus c. So, this is the value of volume integral, that is divergence of f dv over v is equal to a b c into a plus b plus c. So, this is first expression. Now, let us evaluate the surface integral. Surface integral is f dot n ds, where f is equal to this, and this surface this surface is having 6 faces. So, we have to evaluate one by one. Over the face O A B C, over the face O A B C, for this face x is equal to 0. This face lies in y z plane. So, for this face x is equal to 0 and n cap is equal to, suppose if we have to always write n in terms of outward run unit vector. So, n cap is equal to minus I, and ds in this case becomes dy dz. So, f dot n ds over the face O A B C, here x is equal to 0, n is I. So, we get the value from here only because n is I. So, x square minus y z, and x is equal to 0. So, we will get the value only as minus y z, but I is here minus. So, we get the value as y z. So, here if we get the value only y z dy dz, and here y varies from, for this face y varies from 0 to b and z varies from 0 to c. Now, remember the one more concept of evaluation of double integral, that is, if the limit of integration is constant, limit of integration are constants and functions are independent of each other, functions are independent of each other, then the limit, the double integral becomes in terms of multiplication of integral, multiple integral, there is multiplication of two integrals. So, here y z are independent of each other and limit of integration are constant. So, we can integrate directly y, then this becomes integral of y dy into integral of z dz, where z varies from 0 to c and y varies from 0 to b. Its value becomes y square by 2 0 to b and z square by 2 0 to c, which is b square c square by 4. Similarly, we can evaluate the over the face E f g d, over the face E f g d, this face E f g d. This is at x is equal to a distance in y z plane and n is equal to I. So, ds is equal to dy dz. In this case, f dot n ds becomes this, and finally, when we evaluate here, we cannot apply this result because here the functions are not independent of each other, but if we break this, that is we can write this as a square into integral dy into integral dz, y is from 0 to b and z is from 0 to c minus we can write integral from 0 to b y dy into integral from 0 to c z dz. If you evaluate this in this form, then you can easily write the value of this in this form, because here if you break this in two parts, then you can easily apply the same result. So, its value becomes a square b c minus b square c square by 4. Now, over the face a b e f, over the face a b e f, this face, for this face y is equal to b, this is at y is equal to b distant and n is equal to g, ds is equal to dx dz, then we can evaluate this as b square minus z dx dz and the value of this integral becomes this. Similarly, if you evaluate over the face o b d o c d g, o c d g, if you evaluate over the face o c d g, y is equal to 0 and n cap is equal to minus z, ds is equal to dx dz. So, in this case the value of this integral becomes c square a square by 4, because when we put y equal to 0 here and we get the value from here only and y is equal to 0. So, we get z x, the value as z x dx dz. Again we can use the concept of multiplication of concept of the evaluation of double integral, that is if the functions are independent of each other and the limit of integration are constant, then we can express in terms of multiplication of two integrals. So, its value becomes this. Similarly, over the face this we can find over the face b c d e, b c d e, this face, over this face n is equal to k and z is equal to c, ds is equal to dx dy. In this case the value of this integral becomes this, that is c square a b minus b square by 4. And next finally, over the face a f g o, over the face a f g o, over this face, over this face n is equal to minus k, z is equal to 0 and ds is equal to this, then f dot n becomes this. So, finally, when we write the total surface integral f dot n ds over for the closed surface, then we have to find the sum of all the surfaces. So, if we write the sum of the all surfaces, then we get the value as this, and we have already, this is the value of surface integral. We have already evaluated the volume integral as a b c into a plus b plus c. So, from these two expressions we can see that f dot n ds is equal to divergence of f dv, which states the divergence theorem. So, in this case we can verify the, hence we in this way we can verify the divergence theorem, and in this problem we verify the divergence theorem. Next, let us consider the verify the divergence theorem for this. Taken over the region bounded by this and z is equal to 0, z is equal to 3. In this case volume integral is divergence of f, and easily you can evaluate the volume integral as 84 pi. Here we have to perform certain calculation of evaluation of triple integral, then we can find the value as of this as 84 pi. Here the surface contains 3 surfaces. So, like if we evaluate the surface integral, then there are 3 surfaces, S1 is equal to Z is equal to 0, S2 Z is equal to 3 and S3 this is equal to this. This is the S1 Z is equal to 0, this is S1 Z is equal to 0, this is S3 and this is S2, this is S3, that is x square plus y square is equal to 4. So, for this if on S1 see on S1 Z is equal to 0, n is equal to k and a is equal to this. So, in this case easily we can obtain a dot n is equal to 0. So, value of this over the surface S1 is 0. Now, for S2 n is equal to k, a is equal to this, and easily we can see that a dot n is equal to 9, a dot n is equal to 9, for this value Z is equal to 3 and is equal to k, a dot n is equal to 9. So, the value of this over S2 is equal to 9 ds2 and here 9 S2, that is we get the 9 S2, and what is the S2 here? S2 is the area of the circle x square plus y square is equal to 4, x square plus y square is equal to 4, x square plus y square is equal to 4. The area of this is pi r square, that is pi into 2 square, that is 4 pi. So, 9 into 4 pi, 9 into 4 pi, 9 into 4 pi is equal to 36 pi. On S3 again, on S3 if you see, then S3 is this one, x square plus y square equal to 4. For this we have to find the n by using the gradient of this is this. So, normal unit vector n cap is equal to this one, and then a dot n becomes 2 x square minus y cube. In this case, to solve the integral we have to put x equal to 2 cos theta, y equal to 2 sin theta and z equal to dz, ds3 equal to 2 d theta dz. By using these results we can convert this a dot n ds3 in this form. Here theta varies from 0 to 2 pi because whole the circle for the full circle this is 0 to 2 pi, and after performing certain calculation we can evaluate the value as 48 pi. Now, the total surface integral is S1 plus S2 plus S3 which gives 84 pi, and finally, you will get we can see that the volume integral is equal to the surface integral. So, in this way we can verify the divergence theorem. Thank you.